Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Kuhb Games YouTube channel. We continue on with Water Week, and today I've got a really fun one for you here. Put together this water return deck. I didn't really have any references for this, just kind of built it based on theory and vibes, ran it past Kuhb Enterprises Quality Control, Petty. This is kind of where we landed. So for the monsters, we have one copy of Bazoo, because we want to start getting some stuff to the Banished Zone. We have 3 copies of Mama Bear, 2 Abyss Soldier. We have 3 copies of Aqua Spirit, which also helps us get monsters to the Banished Zone. We have 3 copies of Gale Lizard. If you had asked me at the beginning of the week if Gale Lizard would make an appearance in any of these videos, I'd probably tell you no. So this is not one that I was expecting to see at all in any of these videos, but after thinking about it, it makes a little bit of sense. So a lot of the return decks play Dekoichi and Spy. And the reason for that is they can get knocked, and that's okay. And if they don't get knocked, that's okay too. So Gale Lizard is the water monster with the highest attack with the best flip effect. So normally you see like Penguin Soldier or just more Nightmare Penguins, but we're going with Gale Lizard as a 3 of in this slot mostly because of the attack stat. The 1400 is actually pretty reasonable. It is the same as Dekoichi. It's more than Spy. So if this gets knocked, that's fine. We get 3 1400s in our banish pile to bring back with return from the different dimension. I don't know why that was so hard to say. I'm going to be saying that a lot more in this video, I'm sure. But yeah, we get those banished. That's totally fine. If it doesn't get knocked, then we get to play a little bit of the tempo game. Bounce your monster. We also have bounce your monster here, and we have bounce your monster here. So we've got some pretty good redundancy on the bouncing aspect. So I like that, and I think Gale Lizard could be quite good here. And let's be real, Gale Lizard's cool. Just look at that art. This is an awesome card. Past that, we have Nightmare Penguin. Unfortunately, this isn't a flip effect, or I'd probably play 3 of this as well. But this card, obviously has the ability to bounce opponents' monsters, which is very nice. But it also buffs all of your water monsters, and this combined with Starboy and Umiruka, if you're bringing monsters back off of return from the different dimension, you probably don't even have to have a full return. Your monsters are just going to be gigantic. This also helps, of course, with our aggro matchup and stuff like that. So pretty happy to have Nightmare Penguin in here. And like I said, we do have one copy of the goodest boy, the Starboy here, to help out with buffing monsters further. That's not an incredible card, of course, but if we bring it back off of return, once again, everything is just going to be absolutely massive. Then for good cards, we've got a Tribe, we've got a DD Warrior Lady, which also helps with getting stuff to our banished pile. We have a Breaker, we have a Sinister Serpent. For spells, of course, we have our 2 copies of Umiruka and our Terraforming. We don't care about Umi here at all. We don't have any synergies with that. So just going ahead and playing the Umiruka for maximum buffage. And then, of course, we have all of the good spell cards, Trinity, all this good stuff, ending with a couple of knocks. And we have, for the traps, 3 copies of Solemn Judgment, 2 copies of Return, 2 copies of Dust Tornado. Card is very good with Return, so opting to play that. And then we have Trap Trinity. Getting to the side, we've got a couple copies of Mobius. We have Jaugen for the RGT decks. We do have a Penguin Soldier, so we didn't just include Gale Lizard and Nightmare Penguin. We've got a Penguin Soldier chilling here. We have our Little Swordsman, we have Yomi Ship, and we have Possessed Dark Soul. This card went so wild on Meme Deck Monday with Petty that just decided to throw a copy in here and see how it does. We've got a couple copies of Book of Moon, Mystic Walk for those burn decks. We have our 3rd copy of Dust Tornado, and we have all 3 copies of Sakuretsu Armor to help us with the aggro matchups. So that's going to be the deck. Let's get into some matches. All right, we're here with the first match against Bug Eating Man. Dueling Book giving a few fits here over the last couple of days for everybody, but we are back. Everybody's favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Manual simulator is here, and the rock paper scissors randomizer is working again. I also I got a comment on one of my videos. This is before Water Week, just now, like right before I started this match, that said, "What about Lacunga plus return from the different dimension?" Perfect timing, but sorry, there's no Lacunga here. We already talked about that, the deck profile. Pretty okay start here. I think I'm just going to summon out Breaker, try to break one of these back row, pick up the +1 that we lost from the Delinquent Duo. And see if we can get an attack over this monster. Going to be really, really bad if that's a Moth, but that's okay. This one. Threatening Roar. We're not going to activate, okay? I'm going to set my Solemn Judgment. I'm going to attack. Maybe this is like a Morphing Jar? Hopefully. Sangan, okay. Interesting that they didn't attack there, but that's okay. Or they didn't activate. Oh! Oh, we get a little Pac-Man action over here? Okay. Pac-Man's sick. Hopefully Breaker is able to break through our opponent's defenses and can take out the swarm of scarabs. I feel like if we can get the tempo going early with like the Nightmare Penguins and the Gale Lizards and stuff, we can out-tempo Pac-Man. I know that's very hard to do. Gravity Bind? No. No thank you. No thank you. Get that on out of here. Swarm of Scarabs is gone. I'm going to set Nightmare Penguin. And I'm going to go ahead and grab Umiruka. And we will pass the turn. And the reason for setting the Nightmare Penguin... yeah, okay. Unfortunately, we're playing Umiruka instead of a Legendary Ocean, or we could just obliterate the Pac-Man deck. But yeah, let's flip up Nightmare Penguin here. We might be kind of screwed game one. But yeah, like I was saying, the reason for setting the Nightmare Penguin is in case the opponent does have some sort of defensive measure, then I can be able to bounce whatever monster that they have. Oh man. Not like this. I can summon Aqua Spirit, but it doesn't really help. Okay, alright, we'll pass the turn. This thing has 1100 attack. Yep, there's a swarm of scarabs. Our Mama Bear is gone. Abyss Soldier goes hard here, of course, but... Okay. There's a Graceful Charity. Let's see if that can lead us home here. There's the Abyss Soldier, alright. Ooh, and an MST, okay. And a Dust Tornado. Alright, how much damage do we have here? A ton? How much do we want to push through all at once is the question. So we can definitely get rid of one Umiruka. Well, I guess if I'm... See, like, the thing is I don't have to use Abyss Soldier here. But I kind of want to. Like, I could MST here. No, I'm just going to get rid of the Umiruka. We just don't need that here. We're not going to be able to push through enough damage here for it to be lethal, so... And I'm going to MST the level limit area B. Just get it out. That way I can summon out my Abyss Soldier. And I think I am going to keep the Aqua Spirit in hand. Is that crazy? I don't think that's crazy. We can deal 1800 here, put the opponent at 54. We can see, yeah, we can still have lethal next turn. So if we do need to use our Abyss Soldier, we have access to that. But Nightmare Penguin will attack first. Just get rid of that Swarm of Scarabs because we know Nightmare Penguin can get over it. And I'm sorry, we're getting in for 2,000, not 18. So that's even better. Get the opponent to 5,000 here. And set our Dust Tornado. Should be good. Should be good. Yep, just one back row. And we'll eat that. And now we don't have to worry about this face-down monster being like a Cyber Jar or something. Something that I've seen from time to time. Man, words are hard. I guess, yeah, this wouldn't actually be lethal here on the board. 2031... 47, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Get rid of this. Summon Mama Bear. That's going to go up to 1600. That's going to get us lethal. But, yeah, if you... So, I think it is totally fine to just leave that Aqua Spirit in hand there. I don't think there was any need, really, to, like, super push. But we are going to bring in... I actually kind of like Sakuretsu's here, too. All of these attack under level limit. Okay. You know what? Sure. Why not? Let's bring those in. I like the Mirror Force still. I like these. We kind of don't need the Umiruka package. It's not helping at all, whereas a Legendary Ocean would just be nuts here. Maybe cut an Aqua Spirit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to cut one more card. I mean, all of these are pretty good. I'm going to keep the Starboy in just for coolness factor. I don't want to cut too much of the Aqua Spirit thing, but maybe it is Starboy. Could just be Return. Yeah, let's just shave a Return. I know it's Water Return, but maybe I'm not supposed to be bringing in Little Swordsman or Possessed Dark Soul. That's probably the answer. But they do attack under level limit and Gravity Bind, so I think it's going to be cool. And also, like, what if it works out to where we attack into one of our opponent's Pac-Man monsters and flip it up? Or maybe like a couple of them summon Possessed Dark Soul and we take the PACMAN monsters? Alright, we do have a knock to start out the game here, which is pretty nice, and I'm actually going to use that first, just to inform my decision here. And we get rid of the Scarabs. So now I think I'm actually just going to set Gale Lizard. Rather than summoning Mother Grizzly and attacking. Sure, seems fine. Then we'll set both of these. We have Solemn Protection. If our opponent sets a monster, we can bounce it with Gale Lizard. Nightmare Will, that's fine. Not worried about it. We can bounce that Nightmare Will if we want to. We take 500 here. Okay. Do see a monster. Mobius. Okay. Well, Mobius is pretty good here, right? Ooh, backed up by Solemn Judgment too? Alright. Yeah, come on down. Alright, they are going to rip off a Solemn Judgment. That makes sense. But I'm going to Solemn back, because this Mobius could just be massive. Cannot Curse of Anubis. I guess you can Curse of Anubis in response to the Mobius effect here. Sure. Sure, that's fine. Curse of Anubis, man. Okay. Interesting. Alright, I'm just going to pass the turn. If this is like a swarm of Scarabs, that's totally fine. If it's a Lakuta, that's fine as well. Pot of Greed, pretty good, pretty good. We do have Abyss Soldier to start bouncing stuff if we need to do that. But I like the big Mobius play here. Oh, it's a Night Assailant. Interesting. Okay. Playing Night Assailant over there in the PACMAN deck. I've seen that before. It's not usually one of the monsters that I tend to play in the PACMAN deck. That's okay. I can see its uses for sure. All right, we have a little MST, I think. Just going to summon out Mama Bear and attack. I'm not going to MST, especially when the opponent has shown Threatening Roar. That would feel really bad. And I think I'm actually just going to attack the face down monster. The opponent gave the thumbs up, and now we've got the thinky face. Oh, we do have a Threatening Roar. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'll set MST. I'll pass the turn. Hopefully, you know, this isn't a swarm of Scarabs and take out the Mama Bear, but even if it does, it's totally fine. Okay, it's a Lakuta? Sure. I'm going to let that happen. I have an MST here. Do I want to ring it? Kind of do. Tsukuyomi target? No. I'm going to ring the Night Assailant here. Okay, had to restart Dueling Book there. But yeah, I'm going to ring the Night Assailant. I can deal with Tsukuyomi, no problem. And I can also deal with this Lakuta by attacking over it. So, oh yeah, the opponent doesn't even have a back row. Cool. So we've got Abyss Soldier, Gale Lizard. I think I am just going to go in on Abyss Soldier now. Suit can't clear it. Yeah, that's fine. Well, yeah, it's fine. Let's get as much damage as possible here. We put our opponent down to 2,000, so they're in range of dying fairly quickly. And we'll pass the turn. And this might be this might be the quickest game of Pac-Man that's ever existed. Do you have more back row? Last turn would say you don't. No, you don't. Okay, well, we're going to MST that back row. Get it on out of here. I do have a water in my hand, but the opponent is just going to concede. So we're going to take this first game, or this first match here against Pac-Man. Very interesting build, too. Like, we've got this Mask of Darkness here we see. The opponent didn't show us their last card. We got Mask of Darkness, Night Assailant, Tsukuyomi, Curse of Anubis. I love this card. I'm not sure how good it would be in Pac-Man. It's basically, I guess, just like sort of another Threatening Roar, but well, it stops the attacks too, so your opponent can't even like attack your monster, flip it up, and then Snatch Steal it or Possess Dark Soul it or something. No, that was pretty sweet. Always love playing against Pac-Man. I believe I can't remember where the other Pac-Man match is. We've played against Pac-Man twice now. I've recorded these a little out of order, but yeah, we've definitely got some Pac-Man going here on Water Week. It follows me wherever I go. All right, let's get another one. All right, here we are with the second match. I've got a little bit of a cold today. I don't know if that's coming through in my voice in the recordings. This wouldn't be the first time. But I hope it's not like affecting my brain. Brain is already small enough. Just kind of woke up with, you know, a little bit of cold, made my coffee, started recording. It's a good day here. But yeah, I mean, we don't have any monsters here, which is kind of unfortunate. We're playing a deck full of monsters. But let's go grab our Umiruka. Just get that out of the deck, thin a little bit. And I think we're just going to be setting these Solemn Judgments, Dust Tornado, probably set the Snatch. And, yeah, there's a good chance we're going to be using either Knock or Dust Tornado here, right? Or Snatch Steal, so, like, we can open up a slot here if we want to, but I really don't want Duo to rip 2 cards when I can just completely play around that. If they want a Duo to get rid of our Umiruka, that's totally fine. Not too worried about that. We are going to gain 1,000 from Upstart Goblin. Okay. Sangan come down. Come down? Sangan coming down. Comes down? Whatever. You all get it. Sangan going to come through for 1,000 damage, negate what the Upstart gave us, and I'm going to go ahead and Dust Tornado this back row of the opponent's set. Jar of Greed, get that out of here. All right, we pick up a Gale Lizard, which I guess we're not going to be using for its effect. So let's just go ahead and summon it out. Love to see Gale Lizard hitting the board. Probably not a card the opponent thought that they would see today. I'm just going to go ahead and attack over this Sangan. Totally fine. Get in for 900 damage. We've got Solemn Judgment to, like, do whatever. If the opponent gets a Moth or a Spy or something like that, we, of course, have the Knock for that. I'm not too worried. I'm totally fine. Just being aggressive. Sitting here in the driver's seat. They do get Sinister Serpent. Okay, we can knock that. Tribe. Tribe's 2,100. I kind of just want to snatch it. Yeah. Well, they get to pitch the Serpent. I'm going to Solemn the Tribe. And the reason here is, like, I can use, yeah, like, this is going to take them, you know, a little bit more off their tempo. I get to keep my big beater around, and I don't have to snatch the Tribe. I still have another Solemn Judgment. If I only had one Judgment, I probably wouldn't Judgment there. But we get to take the tempo a little bit here. Our opponent, you know, if they didn't have the Sinister Serpent, it would be a little different, because then they would actually have to use another card. And now we get to keep our Snatch Steal for later, for maybe like a BLS or something that comes down. Yep, now we get to knock this. Unfortunately, our opponent has a back row here, but that's not the end of the world. Okay, now if something happens to our Gale Lizard, we have an even bigger beater in the Aqua Spirit. Love to see that. Let's just go ahead and knock this monster, get it on out of here. Probably... Oh, it's Deco. Okay. Okay. I was going to say it's probably the Serpent, because we know about that, but I'm perfectly happy with hitting Deco here. Opponent with only 2 Decos in their 55, or in their 40. I guess they could have more in their side if they really wanted to. But we've already got the opponent down to 3,300. We have no darks or lights, right? Oh, we have a dark, right? The Sangan. Okay, no lights in the graveyard. Every time I say that, Thunder Dragon comes down, but maybe not this time. Who knows? Opponent is checking out the graveyard over there. Yes! See? See? I gotta stop saying that. There's no lights in the graveyard. Thunder Dragon every time. We're just gonna go ahead and pitch the other one? Oh, that was a miss. Sure. Okay, so they want both of them in hand. That makes sense. Yeah, you're all good. You're all good. These things are very close together sometimes, and you just click on the wrong things. No big deal. Tsukuyomi. Okay. Set the Gale Lizard. Do I just let it go? I do have lethal on the next turn with Solemn Judgment backup. No, I don't have lethal. I don't feel like I need to Mirror Force here. I guess Tsukuyomi's really annoying with Umiruka. Yeah, I'll Mirror Force. We'll keep our Gale Lizard around. This gets pretty bad if the opponent has Knock, but outside of Knock, it's totally fine with me. Oh, now we have lethal? Okay. And I have Solemn Judgment backup. I think I'm just going to go for it. Sure. Flip up the Lizard. We're thinking. Okay. Torrential? Please Torrential this. That'll give me lethal for sure. Alright, so play this game very aggressively. And summon out the Tribe now. Now we have the Torrential. Okay. I'm just going to Solemn that. Alright, and we're going to pick up game 1. Okay, so, yeah, I played that one very aggressively, but I think that was the spot we were in. And it worked out, of course. So it looks like Chaos Turbo, smells like Chaos Turbo, probably Chaos Turbo, right? And I'm bringing this Dust Tornado, though I'm not sold. Like, they didn't see any of the aggressiveness package. Like, they saw Gale Lizard. That's really it. They saw Gale Lizard and Tribe. Do I even side here? Let's bring in the Penguin Soldier. Penguin Soldier's pretty cool, right? We don't really need Umiruka for this matchup, so I think I'm actually just going to cut one. Let's bring in the Penguin Soldier. Penguin Soldier's cool. Maybe we get to play a little bit of the tempo game against the turbo player. Be a little bit of Pac-Man ourselves. 2 Solemn Start wins. Yeah, I mean, Solemn Judgment is a very powerful card, right? But it definitely doesn't win every time. There's certainly a downside to flipping 2 Solemn Judgments. Here the opponent leads on Sangan back row. We've got a handful of monsters. Not looking ideal here, but I think I'm just going to set ye olde Nightmare Penguin and pass the turn. So you're safe from Solemn Judgment this game, opponent. All right, and they're just going to attack with a Sangan, so they're going to take nice 800 life points. I'm going to send that on back to your hand. And yep, Sangan just redeployed. Makes sense to me. We have a Gale Lizard here now. I have 2 Gale Lizards. I don't really want to summon that out into Sangan. I don't want to set it. Maybe I do, just I don't know if you all can hear Grizz. She's absolutely losing her mind over here. I guess I will summon a Gale Lizard. Like, what's this hand doing? Yeah, this is fine. I guess, like, card advantage-wise, this is not fine, because the opponent basically trades Torrential for 2 of our monsters, so it's just a +1. That's okay. We can summon out both Aqua Spirits here if we want to. They go into Gravekeeper Spy. We can eventually deal with that. Yeah, I'm just going to summon both of the Aqua Spirits. Get in while we can. Aqua Spirit can take care of Spy. It's a very slow answer to Spy, but it can take care of Spy. Bazoo can take care of Spy. Gale Lizard. Also a slow answer to Spy, but we've got our opponent at 4,000 here. Okay, we have a back row over there for some reason, a back row over there for some reason, and, and a set monster. Could it be Gravekeeper Spy? Oh, sure, why not? Let's just draw Heavy Storm. That sounds good to me, right? I think I might keep the Storm in hand for this turn and just set Gale Lizard. I don't hate that. See what we can get into next turn. Maybe make a bigger push. Maybe we draw into Abyss Soldier, so if the opponent sets another monster, we can bounce both of them, Heavy Storm, get in for lethal. But I definitely don't want to attack into the Gravekeeper Spy there. That doesn't seem advantageous to me. Breaker coming down, we'll take out one of the Aqua Spirits. But, of course, we can just replace the Aqua Spirit with an even bigger Bazoo now. Okay, we draw Torrential. Opponent having to think here. What are we thinking about? How do we want to do this? We definitely can't just set Torrential. We can't really do a whole lot here. Unfortunately, we can get our opponent to 1,000, but then they just replay the Spy. I think that might just be what we have to do, though. As unfortunate as that is, let's go ahead and slam this Heavy Storm here. Raigeki break? Okay. Yep, we lose our Gale Lizard, but now our Bazoo can just attack over Breaker. Sure, that sounds good to me. So, summon out the old Baboon. Get rid of these. And I think I will actually attack the Spy now, because I can put one of them in attack position, and now we have, like, 2 attackers that can get over Spies. Oh, we have a Dark Light in the graveyard, though? Okay, well... yeah, let's just attack over Breaker so we can keep our Aqua Spirit around. And yeah, just going to go ahead and attack into the Spy. We lose 400 here. They get another Spy. But we can change one of them to attack position on their turn. And we can set Torrential in case we really, really need it. Unfortunately, we don't have the monsters in the graveyard for Bazoo to be able to attack over the other Spy, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll see what the opponent does here. We haven't had much to work with this game at all, honestly. Like, just all monsters. Okay. Just a few sets from the opponent. Umiruka. Okay. Okay. Well, now Aqua Spirit can attack over the other Spy. Mirror Force isn't gone, but that's okay. All right, if it is Mirror Force, you know, obviously this gets this gets pretty bad for me, but let's see if we can clear these Spies. All right. Umiruka putting in the work. Love it. Do I want to set Serpent? I don't think so. I don't really need to do that, right? Yeah, we'll just leave it in hand if the opponent draws into a duo and they want to try to 1-for-1. That's fine with me. If we draw an Abyss Soldier, we're going to want it in hand to pitch. Opponent's going to flip up Jar of Greed. Cool. Now, if we're able to win with this hand, that's pretty good. All right, Knight Assailant's going to take out Aqua Spirit. That's unfortunate. And they're going to throw down a Swords, okay. And they're going to reveal a Saku that I'm sure they meant to set. All right, there's the set. Presumably Sakuretsu armor. Dust Tornado's pretty nice here. That can take out either the Swords or the Saku, depending on what we want to do. So, yeah, I'm just going to set the Dust and pass the turn, I think. If the opponent summons Tsukuyomi, I don't think we Torrential. I think we just let them do it and then maybe get a little extra value out of it later. We'll see. The opponent sets a monster. We draw Mama Bear, which is pretty nice. How do we want to do this? I don't really want to summon Sinister and Torrential here. We could just summon out Mother Grizzly, take care of the Swords. Mama Bear dies to a Sakuretsu armor. We just get to attack over Knight Assailant. That doesn't sound amazing either. I don't really want to set Mother Grizzly. I guess I could. Like, if they had Tsukuyomi there, they would have used it then, right? Okay. I'll set the Mother Grizzly. Hope this works out. They could have a knock, I guess. But Swords go into 2. Maybe we're able to just wait out Swords. I don't have high hopes for that. Okay. Breaker. Okay. Breaker makes things a little more interesting. I kind of just want to take out the Sakuretsu armor and just wait out Swords, because, like, it's gone now. Yeah. Summon out Breaker. And, yeah, take out what is presumably Sakuretsu armor. Okay, and now if the opponent sets another monster, or, sorry, sets another back row, we can just Dust Tornado that. And then maybe we start getting aggressive. Okay. Okay. It's been an interesting one here. Would love to... Oh, no. Alright, yeah, Heavy Storm's going to get us pretty hard here. Moth. Gets back Swords? That's kind of gross. Okay. Uh-huh. Flip up Mama Bear. Can only grow Bazoo up to 1900. A return here would be excellent. Okay, the opponent now has their Chaos Monster. It is just Chaos Sorcerer. Okay, that's not as bad for us as BLS. But return... return not quite doing it still, though. Because we can't really get over this Chaos Sorcerer. Oh, Penguin Soldier? A little Penguin Soldier action? Alright, I'll use Bazoo. Just to get this in the Banish Zone as well. Bazoo goes up to 1900. We don't have any lights in the graveyard now. But I guess... Yeah. Thunder Dragon was last game. Okay, okay. I think I'm just going to set the Serpent, honestly. Because I don't need to use the Penguin Soldier to bounce just yet. I kind of want to wait for this Swords to tick down a little bit. It's kind of an interesting spot. We've been fighting with mostly monsters here. But with the opponent at 3,300, we're pretty close. We're pretty close here. Yep, Bazoo's gone. No big deal. We can get that back with return if we need to. Yeah, the opponent's not playing anything else. Oh, well. Well, now I wish I hadn't gotten rid of that. So let's set Penguin Soldier. Yeah, I'm just going to pass the turn. Eventually, I'd imagine the opponent's going to get rid of the Serpent. We can honestly just, like, bounce it back to our hand with Penguin Soldier. Bounce Serpent, bounce your Sork. Oh, there's return. Interesting. Do we want to set that up? Opponent's at 3,300. There's a good chance we can just kill him, right? Because we get back a Nightmare Penguin, which makes everything bigger. And we have to worry about that back row. But if I flip up Penguin Soldier here, I return my Sinister Serpent, I return their Chaos Sorcerer. So get back the Serpent. That probably seems like such a weird play to the opponent. But I'm going to activate the Graceful Charity now. Now we get another I cut one of the Umirukas for the Penguin Soldier. Okay, so let's get rid of Sinister Serpent and Terraforming. Oh, we've got a Dust here too? Oh, Dust is so good here. I don't want to activate Delinquent Duo, I don't think, because I don't want to put a light in the opponent's graveyard. Oh, this is tough. I'm going to set Duo, set Dust Tornado, leave that in hand, and pass the turn. Swords is going to go away. Hopefully this isn't another Moth. This has been such a such a weird game. And we are setting up Return for lethal here. Okay, Zombara is fine. Do I have things? Yeah, because I can get the Bazoo back, and that can be big enough. Okay, so we take 1350. That's fine. Don't set another back row. Don't set... Yes! 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 Okay. So we haven't won yet? I don't think. No, because they have 4 monsters. Oh. Grizzly. So we can get back... We can get back the Grizzly, which can make this even smaller. And we can go into Starboy. But that's not quite ending the game here. Oh, man. So I think I need to summon out Mother Grizzly. And I'm just going to attack over this Night Assailant. Maybe I do activate Duo. Man, it puts a stupid... It could put a light in the opponent's graveyard. I think I'm supposed to activate it. Maybe setting it... Like, I set it to help protect the Dust Tornado or whatever. Yeah, okay. It's just... It's too tempting not to. This could be a mistake. If we put a light in the opponent's graveyard, it could be bad for us. Oh, they're holding a Grace. Well, I'm glad I duoed. Oh, no. No, not the Night Assailant. What are we getting back? Spy? Or Night Assailant. Okay, we get back Night Assailant. That's not that bad. All right, we'll pass the turn. The opponent gets back Night Assailant here. I don't know. I left the Sinister Serpent in the graveyard on purpose so that we could buff Bazoo. But, knock! Do we have it? Oh, I think we have it now. We leave the Serpent in the graveyard. We can go get Starboy. As long as this isn't... How many spies are gone? 2? Even if it's Spy, we can run over Spy. So I think we have it here, right? Let's go ahead and knock. Yeah, we get rid of the Night Assailant. Okay. I'm going to go for it. Let's do it. All right, so we get Bazoo. And we get Nightmare Penguin for sure. And let's see, these are 16. Well, these are even bigger. And we did summon both of them. We could get Mother Grizzly instead, which can go get... Like, one of them can get a Starboy, and the other can get... I guess it doesn't really matter. Another Nightmare Penguin, but I don't think... Alright, let's do... So if we attack with double Mother Grizzly into Zom, it goes down to 1,500. And so then it will go to... They'll take 700 here... down to 26. We attack over both of these. I don't think we need to do that. I'm just going to get the Aqua Spirit here. I think we've probably got the lethal. These go to 18. This is 16. This goes to 18. Activate Bazoo. Banish these. And then Grizzly, attack into Zombara. We take 300. Zombara goes down to 17. I have another Mother Grizzly. Okay, so let's do that. Also attack into Zom. We take 100. Mother Grizzly to the graveyard. And now we go get Starboy. Pump everything an extra 500. So this goes to 1,250. 2,300. 1,600. 2,300. Okay. Okay. So this is at 1,500 now. So I think I just want to attack over it with Nightmare Penguin, and we save our biggest ones for the last. We're just worried about this face-down monster now. But I think we're okay. I'm going to attack with an Aqua Spirit. Night Assailants are gone. Serpent, let's go. Bazoo, get in there. Aqua Spirit, get in there. Whoa, what a match. This was insane. I did not expect to win that game when I opened all monsters in my hand. Wow. Thanks, opponent. Thanks for being my 1 in 1 million duels. I love it. I love it. May the Chaos Turbo Salt rain down. All right, we're going to be able to take this one in some pretty awesome fashion, get to finish out with a nice little return. I had to do a little bit of math there, figure it out, but we're going to win with the goodest boy, the Starfish, Starboy. Love to see it. That's going to be the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. There's a lot more Water Week coming. We'll be back with the next one.